Yes, experiences of the masters who were inspired by meditation. I'm going to invite Nagaraj Garu to invite the masters to share experience.
Yeah, now there are a couple of masters are there from Atlanta as well as from Dallas who are going to share their experiences. To start off, I will invite Isha from Atlanta. She will share her experience, how she came to PMC and other things. Yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Krishna. I'm from Atlanta. Am I audible to all? Okay. Yeah, I know previously I wasn't. So here we are from Atlanta. We have completed the spiritual tablet level 1 program, and this was we got the degree and the certificate. So for that, like to celebrate that, we had some small. We were there. So sorry, I'm a little confused right now and nervous, but it's okay. So we got the certificate, and GK sir, we spent 3 days with him. Okay. Okay. So spiritual tablets. What is that spiritual tablets? And what is that PSSM? PSSM is connected with the meditation. And you can say the PSSM has the spiritual tablet is a baby of PSSM because it is connected with the meditation, but it is founded by Dr. GK, and he is himself is a medicine doctor. So he has invented that spiritual tablets. Tablets, when you get sick, what will happen? We go to the doctor and doctor gives the tablets, right? So when GK happy to see you all beautiful faces here. And I'll give you a little bit of introduction about myself. Um, I do palmistry and I do Vedic astrology, and I also practice Reiki healing. It is a very common core of thing, but I got introduced to PSSM in 2021. But I'm a meditator since I was 18 years old. Since there, I was doing the meditation continuously from different modalities, different gurus. But when I got that in 2022, when I entered into PSSM, this was like kind of the search has been stopped for me because I thought my soul wanted. Okay, and I have seen all the other modalities. So from core, I know what is the lack, what was the lack there that has been filled here in PSSM. And then I should say that why I joined the spiritual tablets. Okay, in the modern days, what happened in your family? Mostly all, even kids, elders, and yourself, okay? They have some or other illnesses, right? So when we do meditation, we might not get cured by that completely. But when I come to know the concept of spiritual tablets, and I got to know, to hear the experiences, like how people cure their illnesses which are incurable, and just like cancer, diabetes, and other things. So I have lots of family members who are facing all these problems. Then I said, no, I have to do this course. I have to understand. And what it does, it not only tells you about meditation, it also tells you to how to live the life. It is about living a right lifestyle. Okay, not only the lifestyle is what living, what you are eating, what you are seeing, what you are listening, saying. So that is all concluded in the spiritual tablet. And I will really encourage you with my level 1 experience. And from January, we are going to start our level 2. So I will literally say to you, please watch the videos, at least then Google it or not Google it, YouTube. On YouTube, do type the spiritual tablets. You will understand a lot of information is there. The basics, like what is a spiritual tablets and why should you should know at least the basic how it does and what it does. You will get a lot of information about that. So even though my field of work is very different from this, but right now I'm on the path to find a midway. Because when we get any problem, we go for the palm readings, we go for Kundalini reading. That might be some Jyotish will do some magic and take away problem. Like if your kids are not getting married, some abracadabra, some girl or boy will appear and you will do that or something or other. But you know that those things will identify the problem only. Like, okay, this problem is that. But from these modalities, by PSSM and by spiritual tablet, you get the solutions, the real solution. So I will say, go to Jyotish, identify your problem, but get the solution from spiritual tablets. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Disha. She did my job making it easier introducing the guest of today's meeting, Master Master GK. That is the beauty of PSSM and also spiritual tablet. Basically, anybody can learn these things, and through meditation and spiritual tablets, they can achieve what they want. That's the Patriji's goal, to give it to engineers, doctors, laymen, anybody can learn meditation. That's what he wanted. Now to share her experience, I'm inviting Kalyani, who is a local master. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kalyani. I'm from Frisco. So I came into meditation in March, and somehow I googled and found Divya. How I came is like when I was in India, I took my daughter to the meditation center, and I did not got attracted to that, and we just left it over there. And somehow I watched PSSM videos, and then I met Divya, and that's where I started my meditation. My meditation journey started from there. And what I have improved after meditation is there is a lot of inner development in myself. It's like I have a fear, like even now I have the fear to talk in front of people, even in meetings. Like if I was talking, I just get blank in the middle of what I was talking, and then I have a shiver of talking. When someone questions me again, I get lost. So, but after coming into the meditation, it's like, okay, I was telling to my mind, like, it's okay. I can repeat the same thing. If someone asks me, I feel like I was doing something mistake. That's why they're questioning me. But once I started doing that, there is a big change in how I am presenting myself in meetings. That's one change, and the other one is like I forgot. It's yeah. everyone used to say like I was a brand ambassador. In Telugu, how it's called, Mohatanki brand ambassador type, they used to say. Like I have a shy feeling. If someone calls me also, I feel like I'm troubling them. But I left it after coming into meditation. I left it. They're calling me with love. So why should I think twice? So I started going. If they're calling me for a tea or so, I just started going into people. So that's another big change. And another most important thing is I was able to change my family and made them everyone coming to meditation. And one thing is my son, he attends kids meditation classes, that is from Om Baba Org. And the other one is yesterday my husband and my daughter, they both had a conversation. My husband, he was telling, sit with Amma. So I thought, why? She's saying Chichi. So I thought, why he's telling me? Then I thought, oh, then he was telling, okay, sit with Amma for meditation. We both, you know, how daughter and mom will be. There will be a conflict. But they both, so my husband convinced my daughter, they both will sit together for at least 15 minutes in a meditation. So I really felt, okay, my husband was able to, I mean, he's believing me what I'm doing. And another good thing is, he's coming here today. And I'm really grateful to Patriji. So one thing I was ready to speak here is, just now Divya said, if Patriji was here, you would not even have an option to say no. You just have to go. So that really triggered me, and I just speak here as well. Thank you so much, India, for this platform. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. And she said she is afraid of speaking in public. That is the beauty of PMC. It brings your inner ability. So to share next one, I'm inviting Rupa P to share her experience with PMC and spiritual. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Rupa from Dallas. I'm from Atlanta. I'm just here for 2 days. I wish I was here, but I'm from Atlanta, and I'm here for the graduation ceremony. We finished level 1 of spiritual tablets. Amazing, amazing, amazing experience. The best thing that could ever happen to me, because it was a journey where I understood not only myself, but everybody around me. Spiritual tablets will teach you about different diseases and different conditions, and how all that is related just your thoughts. You correct your thoughts, you will handle every disease, every condition, every situation. That is what it taught me. 2020 is when I started my journey. Started the journey just because I had migraine and I was tired of taking medicines. And now I not only have a solution to my problem, but I feel I have a solution to everybody's conditions, everybody's diseases, everybody's situations. I feel I have the solution. It's just that they have to listen to me. If somebody is not resistant, I can help some people. But now I have the mantra, the magic mantra, the meditation magic mantra for everybody. Just meditate, correct your thoughts, correct your actions, correct your speech. Everything will fall in place. Thank you.
Well said, Rupa. Yeah, with the PMC, yeah, that's what Patriji recommends. Improve your knowledge, improve our words and mental ability along with the meditation. So to share next experience, I'm inviting in local master Kalpana. Please welcome Kalpana.
Hi everyone, good evening. I hope everybody knows, but except you. So thank you for coming. It's wonderful to see people coming from Atlanta. And then I would say I'm Kalpana. I've been in meditation for past 5-6 years as of now. But then there is a drastic, you can think of how the waves goes in different direction. That's how my life was filled with different things. But then meditation, which helped me not only to balance my life, but also to talk, to speak with others, how to handle myself. Every time I used to, this is my, I always start with my previous, because that is the one which made me a lot of difference. As an example, whenever there is a situation, I usually say I used to gossip. I'm very frank about it. I used to gossip and gossiping about why they are doing this. Can't they do it in a different way? Why is this happening to me? Why all people are asking me to do like this? Why can't they understand? Always blaming others, why they are not doing. But then after I came to know that it's not about others, it's me. What is that me which is inside has to think, how to talk. So there is a lot of, everybody says that I'm very silent, not the team, but the others, because I'm very talkative, very active when it comes to the events or with the team, because I feel so immersed happiness, immersed love when I spend time with like-minded people. So that's the thing which I feel a lot of difference. But now I'm like, I have to make sure what I'm speaking with awareness. There are a lot of masters who helped us how to be aware, how to be in silence. And I was the one usually, okay, every time doing all the things from morning to night, why can't I go somewhere and stay there and away from everything? That's how my mind will be going on. But then when Patri sir came, the only word which stuck in my mind was, he said, do you want to run away from everybody? You can't run away from anything. You have to be here with awareness, you have to experience. We are here to experience. If you experience what you need to, then only you will learn. As ma'am said, we have to learn, we have to gain knowledge, we have to always gain the knowledge. With the knowledge, when you start sharing that knowledge, it becomes wisdom. So this is what I've been, instead of practicing, I would say I would practice only 30-40 minutes. In a day, more than 30-40 minutes, I can't even sit. People will be saying, will always encourage me to do more hours, but I'm the one who will be like, within 30 or 40 minutes, I'll wake up. Without knowing, that's my weakness or what, I don't know. But the good thing is that I love to spread the knowledge about this. That's my passion, and that's what I've been doing. It's really wonderful to see everyone here. Thank you for coming, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Gopala. Yeah, one thing we all need to observe is our words. He always falls because we tell children, or he always lies. He is not lying all the time, because if you ask his name, he will tell his name correctly. So he's not lying. So same way, couple of people said, I always get fear while talking with the public. No, I was afraid of talking with people, not now or not in the future. We don't know about what happens in the future, but we make it. But we can use always and all those things for good things. I always stand up and speak whenever I get a chance. It's okay. I don't need to say that I am always afraid. That's the difference. So to give our sharing next, I invite Rupati. She's in the ADP. Thank you. ADP company.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and namaste to everyone. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak here. We were like about 20-25 people graduated from the first level of spiritual tablets. We had a graduation ceremony yesterday and a great opportunity to be with our teacher, our guru, Dr. G.K. Garu. He'll be coming soon. So we had so much of knowledge sharing. It was blissful 2 days that we had. And by sharing, they asked me to do some sharing that how spiritual tablet brought a change in me. So let me, I'll give you my introduction, more than my introduction, how I came into spiritual tablet. My cousin, is Sheetal Pawar, some of you must have heard about her. Yeah, so when Dr. G.K. Garu visited Atlanta, like 5-6 years back, he was visiting Atlanta. So he gave an introduction session like this in Atlanta. That was in 2018, 5 years back, sometime 5 or 6 years back. I don't exactly remember. So that time he was talking about, spiritual tablet. He introduced like this. I was sitting somewhere like one of you, and then I was listening, and he said that spiritual tablet is about healing yourself. Whatever ailment you have the power to heal it. So that time I was going through thyroid issue. My readings were somewhere in 7, and I was regularly every day taking the medication, which was, I think, 75 mg or mlg, whatever that reading is. Yeah. So that time I was taking regular every day, and doctor had said, it is a permanent, you have to take for lifetime. But I said, okay, sir has come. I believe in all the alternative therapies. I believe in miracles of life. So I went for the consultation with sir, and he advised me for a couple of things to do, change in my life that he asked me to do. So a couple of things. I said, oh, there's nothing much to do. There's just few things that he asked me to do, which look quite simple, and I didn't believe also that time that it would bring any changes. But I implemented those. It took like 1.5 years. I implemented whatever he said in a very subtle way. In a subtle way, I started doing it. And after meeting him about 2 years, I visited India. And that time it was just a short 1-week visit, and I had forgotten to take my medication, that 75 mg that I used to take. I had forgotten. And then when I came back, earlier, if I had missed medication, I would feel some kind of, whatever feeling that would be. But that time, I didn't feel anything. When I came back, and I completely forgotten that I'm supposed to take medication every day. And I said, oh, okay, good. I don't feel anything. Let's just go to the doctor and get the reading done. And my reading was normal. It was within the range, like 2, 3 or something. And then I said, okay. Then again, I went to the doctor, and he said, no, you have to take. But I'm like, okay, let me not get into what doctor says. So I continuously followed the small changes that I was doing. And it's been more than 2.5 years. I haven't taken any thyroid medication, and I've got rid of that from my life. I don't take any single medication, not even vitamins, not even anything. And that is the biggest change I have achieved. And then when Dr. G.K. visited last time, so this kind of ceremony, the graduation ceremony was happening in Atlanta. And I said, I want to do that program. So because I was a participant, I tasted it. And now I said, no, I want to do your program. So I attended all that weekend program, which we started in May. It was a great program, giving awareness in all the topics, like my friends just now said. It gave awareness in every single topic in so many areas of life. It was like a spectrum. And so that's how I came into spiritual program. I completed the level 1, and for the graduation we are here, and that is what we are here and talking about and sharing our little change that I found. That's just the one change, and there are changes in a lot of areas. And thank you so much. And you guys go for it. Do the spiritual tablets. It's very, very amazing. Very subtly you'll find changes. It's like how the tree. You won't see that small root, the small seed becoming a plant, but subtly they grow into plant. That's how this program is. You won't see it every day, but then you see the plant. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I also need to follow this because I'm taking metformin, which is for diabetic. So I need to learn from Master GK, Dr. GK. Now I'm giving it back to Divya. She will share something and then she will take it to Dr. Lakshmi Garu for the meditation.
Hello everyone. I'll be sitting. Hope everybody can see me from the back. Everybody okay? Can you guys see me and hear me? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So I'm back again. I'm Divya Nadintali. So my journey into meditation started 20 years ago, 2002. So I was a teenager back then, and the time it came into my life was critical time. I would say I was into depression. I want to become a doctor, and I was struggling to make good grades. Then I thought, okay, my life is waste without making good grades, without becoming a doctor. That's why I thought of committing suicide. That was the time my mother introduced me to meditation. And I thought, okay, let me try it out as a last resort. If this doesn't work for me, I would die. The next few days, I should have to die. That's what my thought process was. But with just 10 to 15 minutes of meditation every day, things have changed. And I became more calm in myself. I understood that, oh, becoming a doctor is not just, life is not about just becoming a doctor. We have so many more things to explore. There's so many things to achieve in life. So that's how I came out of depression. And with that, my grades started going uphill. So I really made good grades in second year of my education. So that was a turning point in my life. Since then, I never gave up meditation. I read so many books by Patriji and other pyramid masters. I attended all the events, majority of the events organized by Patriji and his masters that bring so many changes in me. And life was smooth until I came to US. I got married, I came to US, and that's when struggle started again. So my husband and I were like north and south poles. We used to fight with every small thing. Then I understood why is this happening to me? My life was so beautiful until then, until now. What is this change? What do I need to learn now? That's when I understood about soul science. We are all our souls. We choose our life partners. We choose our fellow beings, friends, and our colleagues. So that means I have to be with him. He's meant to be my life partner. I have to learn what I have to learn from this relationship. So slowly I was doing more meditations, reading more books. So knowledge and wisdom really made me build my relationships. So now we are proud parents of two young boys, Rishi and Agastya. And later on, one more big change I would say with meditation was I have so many fears, like everybody, right? I have so many fears, especially fear of pregnancy and childbirth. So one day I thought, okay, this is not for me. Maybe I can't handle all this, all the pains, all the being a parent, managing everything, job, husband, everything, right? Then, but after a few months of meditation, I thought, okay, I have to invite a soul to become my child. So I became pregnant, and pregnancy progressed really well. In the 9th month of pregnancy, one small incident happened. I would like to share that with you really quick. So we were discussing about potential baby names. Okay, so Rishi was one of the name we were thinking for the child. I was relaxing in a reclining sofa after lunch, and my mom, my husband, and we are discussing about a list of names. And when they said Rishi, right, I put my finger on my belly saying, "Oh, your name is Rishi," and I felt a huge movement in the belly. It never happened until that time. And then I thought, okay, this is what we need to name him. A baby is telling me, yes, this is what you can name me. And after 1 month, I gave birth to my son. And surprisingly, Rishi was a name my husband, it came from my husband's mouth. So I never told him what happened, but that was a miracle happened with in pregnancy. And life moved on. And 2018, I thought I need to go to Himalayas. It was my childhood vision and childhood desire to see Himalaya mountains. So I was googling also so many different trekkings. So I found a trek called Everest Base Camp Trek. It's to Mount Everest Base Camp. So I felt I had so many fears. I was thinking, oh, how do? I go there. Look, I'm not fit enough. I have children. I have my job. I have responsibilities. I shared with some of my friends that, oh, are you crazy? Look at your structure. Look at your physical strength. I don't think you can do it. Don't attempt such crazy stuff. Maybe you will die there. Maybe we will not see you again. But whatever they said, right? Somehow felt no. I have to try at least. How can I stop without even trying, right? Maybe I'll not reach there, but I need to try, and I'll not stop. I should not stop without trying. So I went there. I successfully went to the Everest base, and I came back. The only thing ahead I give you is meditation, spiritual energy, and the fears. Meditation gives us the strength to overcome your fears. Most of the fears are not real fears. We just assume things. Oh, maybe this will happen. Maybe I will die. Maybe my husband will be, he will not say yes. Maybe my parents will not say yes. All maybes, right? All these are fears that we assume. They're not really fears. Only 1%, 2% are real fears we usually come across. So that was one of the things happened with meditation. So likewise, meditation helped me with so many different things. So especially it helped me regarding health. It helped me with depression. I overcome depression. I used to have migraine headaches. Slowly, I don't know when they left my life. I don't know. I just didn't even realize. Oh, now I think, oh yeah, I used to have those. I don't know what happened. I don't know when I had the last episode. And I do have skin issues. Yeah, I have psoriasis. It's a chronic health condition. I did overcome about 90% of it. I still have it, but I don't have the pain. I don't have the suffering with it. So with meditation, anything is possible. If I can do it, you all can do it. Whatever it is, it can be small or big. People may say, oh, you have a very small thing, you're easily to overcome. There's nothing small or big, it's how we think. So once we really consistent with meditation, you will see the miracles for yourself. Since I got so much of benefit from meditation, I thought I need to give it to all the people around me. That's how I ended up starting something called Meditation Magic. It's a non-profit organization, and Patriji was there step by step guiding me through this process. And now we have reached about 1,000 people in Dallas area with meditation. Yes. Thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
No, Master Lakshmi Garu will lead us to the meditation.
ఓకే అండి, అందరూ తెలుగు కదండి, చాలా మంది తెలుగు వచ్చు కదా. ఓకే, లక్ష్మి నా పేరు, చాలా మందికి తెలుసు. ఈరోజు మీ అందరి సమక్షంలో ఇలా అందరం కలుసుకోవడం చాలా బాగుంది, చక్కగాను. సో అందరికీ ధ్యానం తెలుసు, ధ్యానం చేస్తే హెల్త్ బాగుంటది, మరి ఎన్నో సమస్యలు తీరుతాయని అందరికీ తెలుసు మనకి. అయితే మెడిటేషన్ మ్యాజిక్ అని పేరు కూడా మనకు అలాగే ఉంది. మ్యాజిక్ జరుగుతుంది నిజంగా ప్రతి ఒక్కరి జీవితంలో. అయితే ఒక్కరోజు 2 రోజుల్లోని మనకి అబ్రకదబరాని మ్యాజిక్లు జరిగిపోవు. ప్రతిరోజు ముందు మనం ధ్యానం అంటూ చేసిన తర్వాత ఒకటి మ్యాజిక్స్ లాగానే మన దగ్గరికి అన్నీ వస్తాయి. సో అది మనందరినీ మరి కొంచెం ఇంకా ముందుకు వెళ్తూ అనే ఎన్నో విషయాలను మనం తెలుసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. చక్కగా మనం కాసేపు ధ్యానం చేద్దామండి. జీకే గారు కూడా రావడం జరిగింది. మా బ్రదర్ అయితేనో లాస్ట్ తమ్ముడు గత 5 రోజులుగా విఎస్ఐలో క్లాసులు తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఈ రోజు మనం ఏర్పాటు చేసుకున్నాము. మెడిటేషన్ చేద్దామండి అందరూ.
Right now, the speaker of the day who we are waiting for, Dr. GK is here. He is a medical doctor and integrated with spiritual principles. He started the spiritual tablets to give us the knowledge from the spiritual angle also. He has centers all over the world, multiple places. and he helped thousands of people to get out of their chronic diseases and other diseases. He relentlessly shares his knowledge with all the people. So let's welcome Dr. G.K. Garu.
Yeah, quite good places. Good. Thank you all. I hope you might have listened to the experience of some North Indian masters. Okay, yeah, that's good. So let us do some meditation. Anyway, you have listened to a lot of masters. After that, and we can go into some. We can swim in the sea of spiritual tablets for some time. Okay, if you are interested, and we can take straight away the question and answers to get into some subject. Hope I'm looking like most of the masters are seniors here. How many of you are doing meditation since more than 40 days here? More than 40 days? Oh, that's great. Brand new today, looking at the meditation magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8. Good. Thank you. So for the newcomers, I will give instructions. Okay, for the seniors, you can start. We may not do much amount because meditation anyway you can do at home. So here for the newcomers' sake, we do a 10-minute still meditation, and then we can enter into some subject again. Yeah. Remove the spectacles. Seniors, straight away you can start meditation, Anapanasati, breath observation. So cross the legs like this. No need to remove the shoes. Only you need to touch both the legs like this. And then hands, clasp the hands like this and keep in your lap. Keep your spine a bit erect, chin a bit up, and just relax your body and close your eyes. Close your eyes and relax your body, your head, hands, shoulders, every part of the body. Just keep completely relaxed. Don't open your eyes until I say okay. Close your eyes and observe normal, natural, soft breathing. If you get any thoughts, just cut those thoughts and come on to the breath again. Just observe normal, natural, soft breathing. Sahajamaina swasana dhyasa. Just observe normal, natural, soft breathing. When you observe breath, slowly, you will go into thoughtless mind, during which tremendous amount of cosmic energy will flow into our energy system, which in turn will cleanses the nadi and the third eye gets activated, through which we can get immense spiritual wisdom. Which is the doorway to health, happiness, and prosperity. Just observe normal, natural breath. सिर्फ 9 मिनट आंखें बंद करके अपना श्वास पर ध्यान रखना चाहिए। कोई सोचने आने से बंद करके फिर अपना श्वास पर ले आइए। जस्ट सिर्फ नॉर्मल, नेचुरल, सॉफ्ट ब्रीथिंग। A soft instrumental flute music will be played as a background, but you need to focus on breath. Don't try to listen to music. You need to cut down the external noise and to give some musical energy. Your chosen work is to observe normal, natural breath for 8 minutes. Last 1 minute. Don't open your eyes. Just observe normal, natural, soft breathing. Group meditation is always thrice more powerful. in meditation under the pyramid is thrice more powerful, and the same meditation during full moon is also thrice more powerful. Let us pay our gratitude and salutes to Ramesh Pitama Patriji, who is the founder of the Spiritual Societies movement, who gave us this great technique, reinvented after 2500 years ago, the Anapanasati breath observation, 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Slowly keep your both hands on your eyes, please. One should not open their eyes immediately after meditation. Keep your both the hands on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your hands and open your eyes. Let us give big clap for this meditation. Thank you. So, because a lot of the seniors are there, apart from meditation, I would like to jump into the subject directly. Today we try to look into the 3 spiritual tablets concept. Before entering into the spiritual tablets, maybe some new people are here. The tablet means it is not an ointment or an injection or a physical pill. It is a wisdom capsule. Okay, an understanding which will work on your internal layers, whatever the wrong belief systems that are there, it will remove it, and then in that place you can fix some scientific beliefs, spiritual scientific beliefs, which automatically gives you a great energy, happiness, and I can say a God living. Okay, you can become God. So there are different sets in that, and some object science, body code wisdom. It is intended to give physical, mental, and social health. Not only a simple sickness on the body, but the relationship problems, financial problems, whatever we are seeing today in the external environment. It is a gentle reminder. The disease is nothing but a gentle reminder that you are going away from your natural way of living or the true potential. Suppose if you are deviating from our main path, when we get a doubt and if we ask someone, they will say, why you are coming like this, you go like this, immediately they will correct our path. So similarly, the universal software is trying to correct us with the gentle reminders in the name of physical illness or mental illness or any social problems. This is how we need to look into it. So as a part of this correction, there are certain 3 spiritual tablets concepts. Means here you will try to understand the truth in 3 sets. If I discuss some, then easily you will understand. And so the first and foremost thing, any illness can be understood in 3 ways. The reason behind the illness. If you go to a doctor, if you ask him why I got this illness means, they will have a set of reasons, which we also know very well. That may be because of food we are taking, or the environment, or a genetical factor because of your parents you got this illness. If you have any injury during birth or later, the post-traumatic, like that they have a set of reasons. For some, it is called idiopathic. If we don't know the reason, it will come, you have to bear with it. That is the commonmost reason which we can't understand, digest also. So here, the reason behind illness is unwanted, unscientific, and irregular eating habits, thinking habits, and relationships. These are the three major culprits. What we are eating. So here eating means not only the food, all the five senses are food for the soul. What we are, watching and listening and the taste. So all these five senses, we have to be very scientific. It should not be unscientific and it should not be irregular and it should not be unwanted. So unwanted, irregular and unscientific. Food habits, thinking habits and relationships. So these are the three major reasons. If you take any illness, if you look into the history, clearly the relationships are not maybe purposeful. In every lifetime, we choose certain tasks and will come out here as a part of our life plan or a goal. So when we were in a wrong relationship with a set of people, then they keep on, creating turbulence in our energy system that may cause illness. Similarly, the thought patterns, how we are maintaining our thoughts. There are 4 levels. You can be in a negative thoughts, or you can be neutral, or you can be positive, or you can be miraculous. Being a consciousness, part of the whole world, the total consciousness, we are supposed to be maintained in miraculous thoughts, at least positive thoughts. But as a common man, we may be more into negative thoughts or neutral thoughts. So this negative thoughts and neutral thoughts has to be developed into miraculous and positive. So when we do meditation, slowly we increase our energy and awareness, and we can tune our mind, we can tame our mind to be with only positive or miraculous, not negative or neutral. That is the greatest advantage we get if we do regular meditation. And similarly, the food habits. So this human vehicle is constructed for plant-based diet. That is the first thing. It's a scientific diet, we can say, plant-based diet. And then we have to take it only for the appetite. Whenever we have hunger, then only we have to give food. And that too, half the stomach, and it should be very tasty. Because we are not living with the food. Food is only for the taste and for the pleasure, to act with the second chakra. There is a wrong notion that food is necessary for the body to survive. So, in depth, you can understand once you work with your body. Most of the people, after doing 1 year or 2 years meditation, slowly the food quantity will decrease. Maybe sometimes they may be surviving only with 2 times in a day, rather than going for 3 days. How many of you here, your food quantity is reduced after doing meditation? Raise your hands. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. So clearly you can see the difference. So working with food habits and working with thought patterns, and then finally relationships. So these are the 3 major areas where we need to look into. We have to tame it in a scientific way. So to do this, we need to do 3 practices daily. We are entering into the other 3. Dhyana, Swadhyaya, Sajjana Sangatya. This you know very well. I don't want to give more detail on that. Dhyana means Anapanasati, just now we did. Breath observation meditation, equal to your 8 minutes. Minimum. Maximum any number you can practice. When I am doing my meditation in my medical college hostel, I did at a stretch 21 hours meditation. 21 hours. I used to do 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours in a day, separate intervals. Because there are no books and literature and masters at that time, hardly there are few masters. But during the 21 hours meditation, I slept 4 hours, but I have not opened my eyes. As soon as I woke up, immediately again, I sit in my lap in the room, and again I continue meditation. So during that 21 hours, I got some astral travel experiences, learning experiences, some dreams, and most of my questions were answered. But still, I'm, a bit kindly I can say, still I'm continuing what happens, let me check. But suddenly, one Madhumaki, a bee came and bite me in my finger. In the hostel room, it is in the outskirts, so a lot of bees will come usually. And then immediately with that pain, I woke up. So, even that itself is a great coincidence for me. Dhyana and Swadhyaya, reading spiritual books. We have to read a lot of spiritual books. Osho Rajneesh, Richard Bach, Said, Linda Goodman, Ruth Montgomery, Candace Castaneda, John Fulvers. So many authors. Every author has got 1 or 2 books, standard books. Paul Coelho. So these books we need to read. And through that, we can understand how greatly the universal software is working and what is our individual part in that we can adjust in a proper way. And the third thing is Sajjana Sangatya. One has to share their spiritual experiences, meditation experiences with their colleagues, so that he can learn from neighbors. So Dhyana, Swadhyaya, and Sajjana Sangatya. Meditation, reading spiritual books, and finally sharing your experiences. If anyone asks after this session, especially for the beginners, what I have to do after going home, every day you have to practice your meditation. To support you, there are so many Zoom sessions that online will conduct. You can connect to the Zoom sessions and then you can continue doing your meditation with the group support. It will be very good. And then you can read spiritual books, all the books which I said, the list, it is there in pssmovement.org website. There are a lot of web links, they can supply you those books, the digital versions. And then once in a while, we have to gather like this and we have to share the experiences. So these are the 3 master keys for the whole PSSM wisdom, what it is trying to give. And then, once you are into this path, you will develop in 3 stages. So initially you have to put a lot of hard work, and then means you may not be able to sit longer. It needs some practice regularly. The moment you sit with closed eyes, a lot of thoughts will come and you just feel like coming out of meditation. But still you have to sit. Like the child going to school regularly, one has to sit in meditation the stipulated time, whatever. And then after doing a little bit of hard work, then slowly you will enter into the intellect. Intellect means here, you need to apply the technique, the experiences you are getting, and what the others are doing, like the seniors, and what master is doing, what was taught in the books. So all these things you have to assimilate and you have to develop your spiritual intellect. If the intellect means not the material intellect, I'm saying about, it is the spiritual intellect you need to develop day by day. All the great questions you have to shoot. Why I am here, what I am, where from I came here, where I will go if I die. All these great questions you have to shoot again and again, and you have to try to get the answers so that your spiritual intellect will be improved. So the hard work phase, after that intellectual phase, and then finally the philosophical stage. Here the philosophy means a miraculous happening instant, where you will think out of the box. It looks like eccentric for the common man, but for you, being a god, it is natural. The nature starts cooperating in its own way. So that philosophical way of living really gives you a great strength in life. Once in Visakhapatnam, we are doing a major spiritual culture program in a public ground. The government has actually postponed its August 15th program because of the weather prediction. We don't know that initially. We selected the ground and we started the program. The date is approaching. And you don't believe, during that program time, leaving the 2 kilometers radius in and around the gas, the rest of all the 3 districts, it is raining. And people literally, when they started from home in auto and car, they are all completely wet. By the time they reach the venue, thinking that how the program will happen, such a big rain is coming. But by the time they come to the area, there is zero rain. And all the big screens and everything, electronic equipment, they are also very frightened. But we said, no rain will come, we just do it. And it was happened, miraculously. So this is what nature cooperation and a philosophical way of doing the things. So whenever we are aligned with the universe, and if you are doing proper way, the nature will mold for your path. So that's why initially in the hard work phase, we are doing the 52 things. It is testing our patience, and after that we enter into the intellectual phase. Some more lighter it will become, some more better it could be. And then finally, the philosophical state means we have to understand the God wisdom. We need to work with the consciousness. That is the final stage. So these 3 levels, we have to cross one after other. And then similarly, there are 3 stages. Most of the people will say, if you are trying to learn something spiritually, you need to have a guru. How many people here believe in this word? If we are doing something spiritually, we need to have a guru. Just raise your hands, no problem. You are right, definitely. But there is a small correction in that. There are 3 stages. In these 3 stages, the second stage only we want guru. The rest of the 2 stages, we don't want any guru actually. The first stage is like a labor, where you are trying to learn from everything, every path, every master. Wherever you don't like the master, immediately you leave him and you will catch hold of someone else. And you read some books and you don't like, you leave this and you will go to some other thing. So if they keep on wandering here and there, and they will grab information, what would they like? If they don't like, they leave it immediately. So this is the labor phase. Why I call it labor phase means kulisthiti. Because labor means what? He will work here. Suppose he doesn't like the boss or the environment, immediately he will leave it and he will go somewhere. Apna marji. What he needs is that little penny to fill his stomach. He don't have any future program or some disaster management, check powers, nothing is there. Just he live for his bread. So that is a coolie state, labor state. But it is good, he's trying, he's working, hard work. Okay? So he's earning his own penny somehow. So after looking into so many systems, methods, masters, books, then one day, because he acquired a 60% of wisdom in that labor state, your own thought, your own dreams, or your own intuitive power will be activated. So you keep getting some instructions from inside, or physically maybe you may get your own guru, and you keep on getting those, constant guidance you will get. So whenever you think that you are getting some constant guidance in whatever the way, that's why here the guru means not only the physical guru, maybe your intuition may tell you, or your dreams may give you a proper guidance. So this I call as a guru phase, where you need to sincerely follow it. You should not leave him, whether you like it or not. Keep all your dislikes aside and just jump whatever he says. So in the second phase, you have to be accountable for all your thoughts, actions, and deeds and speech. So when you are working with guru, here the guru means your breath will be a guru. internal intuition. There are people, whenever they got a doubt, immediately they will pull out a book and they will open it. They will read that page. They will get a brilliant answer. And some people, they will put chittis, yes, no. The Baba or whom say or the God they believe, they will come inside and they will give the answer. Yes, no answers. I used to have one of my classmates, Dr. Padmaja, is a dermatologist now. She used to put all the chittis immediately. We are 9 doctors, okay? So we did a cosmic leakage of MBBS question papers. And so just before the exam, we used to get the question paper almost 80 to 90%. It is recurring. I'm sorry, the Victor okay, yes, it happened. Except the first paper, rest of all the 5 papers used to get more than 90%, as it is. Out of 9, 7 people we were passed, only 2 left. Because one lady, she is a chitty lady, okay? She believes in her own pathway. She is doing meditation. But she don't believe in this third eye and astral travel and all these things. And the other lady is so frightened and fearful. But rest of all the 7, we just passed. So here, in the second level, when you got some intuitive answer, you have to stick to it. This is very, very important, especially for the seniors. So if you follow it, and whenever you are doing it, if it says no, immediately you have to follow no. Suppose if they don't like that no, again they will put 3 times and 5 times until they get their answer. You are out of the game. The moment you do, just follow it. So if the Guru says jump from the building, means you have to jump. That's all. That is what you have to do. So that strictly you have to follow it. So if you follow like that, all your dislikes and the black areas in your brain will be completely cleansed, and your mind will become a transparent one. That is where you can tune with the totality, and you reach 95% perfection. So the second phase is accountant phase, where you are accountable for all your thoughts, actions, speech under Guru, and you have to follow your intuition very strictly. No matter what, you may need to lose your money or fame or name or whatever, but you have to jump and you have to do it for some days until you complete your third. So the second phase is more tough. First phase is very easy. You can look around and you can wander, and wherever you want you can learn. You can leave anyone. But in the second phase, you cannot. Almost like a IAS training, I can say. IAS, okay? Very vigorous training, terrible training will be there during that period. So I worked with my Guru, Paul Vijayakumar, I can say initially, until I complete my third eye. Very tough to digest him. So during those days, it's all like an orthodox kind of connection, And parallelly, my dreams. I used to get very beautiful dreams, even till today. Through that, I'll get my guidance. So after the second phase, then we enter to the third phase. It is called officer state. So coolie, accountant, and officer. Labor, accountant, and officer. In the officer stage, almost you are at 95. Here you have to kick the master. Okay? Whomsoever you are following, whether it is intuition, or dreams, or physical master, whatever, just kick him off and go with your own will. There you consider everything. And nature also guides you. You will have a complete shift power. You make your own decisions. There is nobody in this world other than you. So that is what a completion state, I can say, officer state. So it is a bit tough again to come out of the master's guidance or to leave this, and there is a beautiful book. The title of the book is If You Meet the Buddha on the Road, Kill Him. The title of the book is this. If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. Okay? So very tough to digest the title itself. Okay? So, but it says clearly how to cross that step. Because when I work with some illnesses, especially Maybe they are getting beautiful dreams and experiences, some intuitive guidance. But when it comes, they trying to cut off all those connections, and if they are supposed to go on their own, then they have to make a decision. When they hold the master's hand and they are dependent, that is not the final. So that conversion from accountant to officer is very, very important. Then they will reach that 100. So these 3 phases, they will go in different levels. When you are in 10th standard, these 3 levels are different. If you go to intermediate, after that degree, again post-graduation. It doesn't mean that once you have crossed to this middle phase, the accountant phase means you cannot become an accountant again. At every phase, there is a set of wisdom. In that set of wisdom, you cross these 3 levels. And again, when you are reaching to the next level, there again you will start with the labor phase. So don't confuse yourself that I became an officer long ago and for the whole life I will be an officer. Okay. So whenever the range changes, again you start with the beginning. But here you have to remember the Guru word, the guidance, holding the hand comes only in the middle part. That's 60% to 95%. This division is arbitrary. Just to understand the concept I'm giving. It is not a clear-cut line. So this concept really helps you, especially for seniors, to understand where exactly they are operating and where to go. Anyone is there here who are getting a strong guidance from inner, from the dreams or intuitive skills or physically some master is guiding you regularly. You can raise your hands if anybody is there here getting that intuitive guidance. Okay. So there are some, but they are not raising their hands. Yeah, thank you. So why we are living here? To get happiness, right? So this happiness is divided into 3 types. Again, we are entering into another 3. 3 types of happinesses are Vishyanandam, Bhajananandam, and Brahmanandam. Vishyanandam means that coffee, tea, material happiness. Happiness through material goods. This is 33%. And then Bhajananandam means happiness through musical means. Whether it is a musical instrument or dance or any art. So if you practice arts, then through that you can get another 33% of happiness. As long as you have this physical system on the earth plane. And then the third thing is Brahmanandam. Not Srima Brahmanandam. Okay? Don't go there. So he will give only the musical happiness. He cannot give the blissful happiness. So here the Brahmananda means that soul happiness. When you sit in meditation, if you go to the thoughtless mind, you will receive that gush of energy, you will be connected to the totality, where you will feel that blissful happiness. It is like a 1,000-fold current towards the positive side. Okay? So this blissful happiness, like understanding this Atmanandam, and it's important. Whenever I am working with infertility cases where they don't have children for 6 years or 10 years after repetitive, allopathic trends, and the areas where they have some residual neurological damage, where the doctors say it is impossible to regenerate. So any regeneration, if it is a failure there, so there we apply this Brahmanandam tablet. We put them on a standard exercise, the social oneness. There are a lot of concepts. Step by step, we take them to that area. Then in meditation, they will experience that blissful happiness. So in that high energy state, whatever the blocks that are there inside, they will automatically open up. And beautifully, they can come out of their permanent disabilities. It is possible. We have seen a lot of cases like that in the last 25 years. So that's why all these 3 things are very, very important. three happinesses. If someone says, I'm so happy, I have money, life is going well, why I have to do meditation means? Whatever the happiness you are getting today, it is only 33% of the 100. If they are practicing music or dance, and if they are really enjoying it, beautiful, they are in 66%, but not 100. Whatever the leftover 33, that Brahmananda, that will create a gap in their life. That is what they see as a very thing. So to fill that gap, you have to go into deep meditation where you will get that blissful happiness. Then you can say you are complete. So to get into these three kinds of happinesses, we have to work with three goddesses. These three goddesses are Lakshmi, Parvati, and Saraswati. So Parvati is again spiritual wisdom and energy, and Saraswati is again the music, dance, culture, and art. So once you are filled with Parvati and Saraswati, then the true Lakshmi will come. True Lakshmi means the self-contentment, the proper wealth, where you can enjoy it, you can cherish the moments of the life. During COVID, people have a lot of money, but it is not true Lakshmi. That's why they are not happy. Completely, they are, people are like so frightened, so fearful. And some of the people, most of the people died. Their money is useless. So that's why here the true Lakshmi means if you are contented with Parvati and Saraswati, then only you will get the true Lakshmi where whatever the money you have, with that you will be always live happily. So that's why we have to invite these three goddesses, not simply by keeping their photo and doing some puja, nothing will come out of it. We have to invoke the qualities what they are trying to give to us. Parvati gives us cosmic energy by doing meditation and an embodiment of spiritual wisdom, and then Saraswati is practicing the arts every day. So here, when I work with the thyroid illness, most of the people, if they have thyroid problems, if they have music as a purpose in their life, so they have to shift from Parvati to Saraswati. If the shift is lacking, then that obstacle will be there as a gentle reminder, like a thyroid problem. They have to take the pill every day, throughout the life, until they take that step. So whenever senior master comes to me, if they have any Vishuddha problems, a simple count of the thyroid problem, immediately I put them onto music. If they are doing meditation for 4 hours in a day, I'll cut it down to 1 hour. And rest of the 3 hours, they have to practice music with the teacher. They will surprise, why he is reducing my meditation. Meditation is great. No, now the Parvati is over. Now we have to kick Parvati and we have to catch Saraswati Devi. People come with money thinking that they are so great, they have Lakshmi. No, from Lakshmi first they have to shift into Parvati. Whatever the Lakshmi that is there is not true Lakshmi. The true colors will come when the situation arises. So first they have to work with Lakshmi, Parvati, and then Saraswati. Again, they can come back to the true Lakshmi. So that's why the shifting from Lakshmi to Parvati, Parvati to Saraswati is very, very important in life. If you don't take that righteous conversion, that block itself is a disease on the physical system. And then, once you are into this, one day you will get a question, what is my purpose of life? Everybody is something, what I have to do? So to understand the purpose, you have to divide the whole day, 24 hours, into 3 parts, 8 hours, 8 hours, and 8 hours. 8 hours are to fulfill the duties of the body. 8 hours is to the duties to fulfill the Sangha, the community, and the remaining 8 hours is for the soul. Sarira Dharmam, Kutumba Dharmam, and Swadharmam. Sarira Dharma means Dharma of the body. With this physical body, you have to be happy. You have to keep it clean, healthy, and you have to extract maximum happiness out of it with all the physical senses and motor senses. Any number of practices you can do, but finally you have to keep this body very happy and healthy for that 8 hours in a day. Kutumba Dharma. Here the duties of the Sangha is again divided into two halves. One is the blood relations, the other half is the spiritual relations. Both we need to take care. Not only simple the blood relation, family are near and dear ones and neighbors. We have to look into the spiritual half in our life. Put together is duties of the Sangha. For that we have to keep 8 hours. So if you take 8 plus 8, the whole day is gone. The leftover is only the night time. That is the place where your true yogi has to be awakened. That is what duties of the soul means. An intense meditation, hours together, we can say Godakesha. How many of you know about Godakesha here? That's great. Okay. The whole night you have to be awake. But how it is possible? Yes, it is possible. Do you think the God will sleep in the night time? If you go to a God, he is sleeping in the room. Do you think he is sleeping? You don't know that he come over there. He will be in his own awakened state. That is what the Mandukya Upanishad says, Jagrada, Swapna, Sushumna, Turiya. We have to be there above all these 4 states, beyond these 4. That is what the Mandukya Upanishad says. That much potential we have. So the night, 8 hours, actually, there is no concept of sleep on this earth plane. There is only astral travel. That is Parakaya Pravesham. That is what we used to listen, People will just leave the body there and they will keep it, will go astrally, like we are going in a car. After roaming around, again you can come back into the body. So here, there is only Ihamu and Paramu. Ihamu means the physical existence, or Paramu means beyond your physical senses. SP, ESP, sensory perception and extrasensory perception. So whenever you are going out of your body, that is all comes under duties of the soul. Swadharma. Swa means Atma. Dharma means duty. So for these 8 hours, as long as you are in this physical system, you can enjoy the physical body and the society and around. And then you have to proceed to the other dimensions because life is not complete here. This is only a temporary phenomenon coming onto this earth and expanding your consciousness. After that, you have to go somewhere to other dimensions. For that, you need to proceed. So for that, with meditation, consciously you leave the body and you will check all the areas, all the dimensions, and there you put some blanket or a handkerchief. When you come, you will stay there. See, when you are traveling in a train, 1 month before, 2 months before, we are making a reservation for this physical body to sleep for 8 hours. If there is that much reservation for the physical body in the name of reservation, then why not for the consciousness? Is it that so easy? Once you die, immediately you will go to the other dimension. From here, you have to project. So that 8 hours is duties of the soul. From the blissful happiness to reserving your position in the other dimensions. That is making the life as a last life. Janma Akarjam Jeshma. So 8 hours of practice is necessary to make your life the last life on this earth plane. So these 8 hours put together is purpose of life. If anybody asks you what is your purpose means, I am trying to live very happy with my body, 8 hours, and I am trying to be very happy with my blood relations and spiritual family and around with the community. As a Sangha, we are in oneness. And we created the whole world only for our own happiness. So we have to be happy with them. And then the third is, I am trying to make my life the last life here. And trying to get happiness through the soul means, blissful happiness. So all these 8 hours together is the purpose of life. If someone is doing his responsibility only for the body means he is doing 8 hours of the job. The rest of the 8 plus 8 is missing. And if someone is totally into meditation 24/7, okay, not drinking Coca-Cola, not attending to parents or wife or children, then again he is also a failure. Life is not just meditation and soul and going with spirituality. A combination of 3 dharmas, then only you are complete. There may be a momentary mismatches, like alcoholic phase and holistic phase. Whenever first time you enter into meditation, it is so intoxicating. It's so beautiful. Okay? So hours together you will meditate. Like I said, when I did 21 hours meditation, no, I'm not doing that much meditation. When I sit with the group on that particular day, that is my meditation for the day or during the travel. So initially, there may be some adjustments, but after that, again, you have to come back to the holistic phase where you have to give equal importance to family, sangha, soul, and the body. All the 3. So coming to the actual purpose with the sangha, again, it is divided into 3 subsets. This is called Atma Kutumbha Dharma, the soul family duties. Because the physical family, anyway, they will beat us and they will extract from us the happiness. That is husband or wife or children. There is no need to try for that. We are used to it. So I don't want to expand that area. But I want to expand this soul family duty. Whenever you are with the soul family, the spiritual family, what exactly you are going to do? That you need to know. So this area has got 3 major divisions. Okay? So one is becoming a spiritual science orator, where you will by heart a lot of Bhagavad Gita, Richard Bach, Seth, Annamaya. So many authors are there. Patrizi Tulsidaram, Dr. G.K. Spiritual Tablets. Okay? It is me only. So anything you can by heart and you can get into that subject and you can teach it to others and you can make more people into spirituality. So this is like an oration purpose. If you are getting any gods in meditation, like Jesus Christ or Lord Krishna or Buddha, okay, Venkateswara Swami, any gods are coming in your meditation or dreams or in day-to-day life, means it is time for you to work in that oration lines. You have to get into some subject and you have to by heart and you have to apply in your own life and teach the same to other people. This is one major route. You will have only 10% of people in this route. I'm just giving you the percentage also a bit. Because I have seen enough number of people. So far, I could have counseled more than 5 lakh people in the last 30 years. I met somewhere or other. So I know all the patterns. Most of the patterns I can understand very easily. So that's why I can say 10% of the people comes under this oration purpose, making the people spiritual masters. Further, they need a lot of spiritual wisdom. A pure orthodox wisdom. I have to use that word orthodox. The God wisdom. Literally, they have to buy it and they have to get into it. The second part is Ananda Brahma, enjoyment and second. These words were coined by Patrizi 20 years ago. Ananda Brahma. Brahma means God. Okay, understanding who am I. Through Anandam means happiness. So if you are able to be happy all the time, you are already there. You are like a God. You try to practice happiness for 1 week or 1 day. What is happening for you? The people around you, your own mind, okay, the situations that arise every day, it won't let you to be happy. That is what we are seeing every day, right? Did you ever practice happiness in your life? Try to practice. Just for weekends, 2 days, you just put an alarm. 48 hours, you try to be happy for 48 hours. What is happening? You just try. To be happy means that, happiness is different and neutrality is different and sadness is different. These 3 you have to understand. That is the background. I'm not saying about the neutrality to be very happy. That, the blissful happiness or pleasure. So if you practice, then you will understand so many things are coming in your life where you are able to maintain that happiness all the time. So if you are able to maintain that happiness, then that is called Ananda Brahma. That is what godliness. Happiness is godliness. So for this, You have to practice music or dance or culture and art, and it should be like without ego zero. With spirituality, then only you can be happy with that particular art, whatever you have attained. Frankly speaking, majority of the arts today, they are all with competition, lot of competition. He is the first, he is the last, okay, right and wrong. So many judgments. That is not the real Saraswati. The real Saraswati is just like, getting into that music. You have to absorb yourself into that art. And it should maintain your happiness the whole day, throughout the day. So that is called Ananda Brahma. So these people, from the childhood, they have an attitude to get into some music or dance or culture and arts. If you give a spiritual book or Bhagavad Gita or Bible, they don't like, I don't want that. So that is the attitude they will have. Still they are good. One should not be, one need not be go with the spiritual scriptures and declaration and always doing Ram Bhajan. It is not required. To be spiritual, to go with God, you can choose this path, Ananda Brahma. If you take Mirabai, okay, Bhakta Ramdas, these are all embodiments of this Ananda Brahma. They are all with great music. In that, they reach the divine. So most of the literature and the lyrics contain a lot of spiritual wisdom. They selected that path to reach that oneness or godliness. So that's why the second type of purpose, this is more than 60%, I can say, of the people comes to this, belongs to this Ananda Brahma. That's why from the childhood, always they will be dancing with the music or with some arts. So these people has to select the path in community, in Sangha, this Ananda Brahma, enjoyment sense of karma. I'm happy to announce that here in USA, we started under the title Blissful Arts. First time we are coming to that program. Tomorrow in Austin, we are conducting one program in Sai Baba Temple. It is just like an Ananda Brahma program where music, dance, everything will be there. And a little amount of meditation, because we are trying to combine all the three happinesses there. From food to soul happiness. All the three will be there. That is what we have to do in Ananda Brahma. And the third thing is spiritual administration, Adhyatmika Parana, dog purpose. This is something like self-discipline. For the world, any activity, there is a discipline, right? There is an administration. When you are operating with a group of people, we need a certain set of rules. It is not exactly rules. It is like an understanding, a common understanding. When you are keeping intact of all these different levels of souls, from infant soul to the evolved soul, every soul has got its own frequency. But if all these souls has to live at a particular place, means they need to have government. They need to have a set of rules in a community. So who is going to frame these rules? The only person who can frame a proper rules is Socrates. He is the one, the real symbol for this spiritual administration. He is the only guy on this earth who has invented the righteous questions on this world. There is called Socrates Prashnopanishatu. The righteous questions on this earth plane first shooted only by Socrates. There are around 28 questions. You can get the chart in the Google if you Google it. Out of that, Richard Bach picked only 5. That is what I am saying earlier in my meditation time. Who am I? Where from I came? Where will I go? What is my purpose here? These are the best questions on this world. If you are able to get answers to these questions, then your life is perfect. The true answers, not just theoretical answers, practically how to understand those. So the third part is spiritual administration. Only 10% of people belongs to this. So if you have that administrative qualities, if you are working as a best team lead in your office or in your home, money management, anything, if you are into that management, you may not be into music and dance, and you may not be into the spiritual oration, but you can learn that spiritual administration qualities, the dog qualities we call it as. And if you properly align yourself with that spiritual administration purpose, then your purpose is served. And immediately you can come out of that major reminders in the name of hypertension, diabetes, severe joint pains, whatever the 1 in 1 lakh illnesses, lot of illnesses are there. If you name it, it may be there as a reminder because you don't understand what is your true purpose. Once you sit into the true purpose, immediately those reminders will go away from your body. So whenever we work with patient God, we call them as patient God. Based on this purpose, they will get different types of experiences. If anybody get any experience with a cine celebrity in their dreams, like Chiranjeevi, look like all are from India. So any cine celebrities, if you are getting in your dreams, means you belong to that Ananda Brahma, enjoyment sense. If you are getting political people, or a dog, or a bus, community vehicles like train, then you belong to the spiritual administration purpose. Immediately we write 3 books: 1 Minute Manager, Leadership Wisdom, Who Moved by Cheese. These are the 3 basic books which gives you a beautiful wisdom about the administration through spirituality. Administration can be like punishment and reward, that is the material way. I am not talking about that. The standard offices and companies will do. This is something like self-administration through meditation. If you correct yourself, the environment will be corrected automatically. No need to bath. Through your thought power, through your intent, you can control the whole environment, which includes people and all kingdoms. So that is what I am talking about. So these are the 3 areas, major areas, I can say, through which you can get into the community, either through spiritual administration or through Anandam, means happiness and music and dance, or through pure spiritual orations, subject. Based on that, you will get different types of experiences when you are going into during your sadhana. So this is like an MRI or scanning for us to understand what they are. Accordingly, we put them into their purpose. Then sooner or later, once they are into their purpose, then immediately the major illnesses will go away. People may ask, how can one can stop their drugs for diabetes and hypertension, which are like thyroid, for the lifetime they have to take tablets? Yes, there are thousands and lakhs of people today they came out of all those daily pills by understanding their true purpose, by projecting into the real purpose. Their energy will be, tamed properly, where exactly they have to use, their only they will use. So, after understanding what you are, you will understand there are 3 stages on this earth. Okay? Yogi, Bhogi, and Rogi. This is a bit technical word. Okay? Yogi means, we start from Rogi. Okay? Rogi means patient. And Bhogi means a person who is seeking for happiness or joy. And Yogi means who is always into his own blissful happiness, like a spiritual practitioner, we can say. So for these 3 people, for the Rogi, 3 times food in a day, for Bhogi only 2 times, and for Yogi only once in a day. Food means the physical food I am talking about. That's why I asked some people, they raise their hands after coming into meditation. Once they are in the yogic state, the food habits automatically will reduce. No need to take the 3 times food in a day. So that Yogi, Bhogi, and Rogi. For all these 3 people, night time is very important. They will be awake during night times. For Rogi patients, because of the disease, they will be awake. Whether it is asthma or cardiac problem, whatever, with the pain, the whole night they will be awake. And for the Bhogi, happiness, that night life, you can enjoy the life only during night time. So they will be awake during night time. And for Yogi also, night time is the best time to do spiritual practices silently, to project into them. I am not saying that You have to do meditation only night time. Don't put a stamp there. Okay, 24/7 is good, but in general, for yogi, yogi, and yogi, for all these three people, the night time is the best time to practice. And what is the time, sir? Okay, so last 3 minutes. There are another 5 or 6 3 tablets still. Okay, I think so far we discussed about 9 or 10. How many? Can anybody tell how many 3 tablets we discussed so far? Okay. So finally, I conclude with 3 types of services, and we do service to people. We give something to their hands, because if you give, you will get. That we know very well. If you give happiness, you will get happiness in return. So while giving, there are 3 levels again, based on the soul capacity. If it is an infant and baby and young soul, it understands only the physical reality, the roti, kapda, makan, food, shelter, and clothing. That only it understands. It believes that if the clothing is there, shelter is there, and food is there, people can be happy. So that's why always it try to give that to other people who are in lack of it. So this is called social service, Sangika Seva. After attaining the next level, then slowly you will enter into spiritual service, Adhyatmik Seva. Because they understand that food and shelter, it may not give happiness, it is only temporary. If you give food today, tomorrow again it will come. If you give clothing, within 1 year it will go away and then again it will come. And the shelter. So that's why this is only for the physical body. There is something beyond the physical body which needs some trust, some saranagati, some belief. Then only he can be happy. Some support, assurance. Then they will enter into Adhyatmik Seva, where they believe in some God. All the missionaries will do that. There is a Swamiji or a God, and just they believe in it and they will do unconditional service. That surrenders. So that's why the second service is called Sharanagati Seva, surrender service. Still, it is not completely spiritual scientific way of living, but at least it is better than social service. In the social service, you are donating to a cinema actors bank club or blood club or something. So there is no God concept there. They can't believe in anyone. So still his thoughts are really in a bizarre position. They will run in all good directions. So there is no chance of getting some permanent happiness there. Again and again he seeks that social service from everyone. Like a beggar we live. In fact, we make beggars because of that. We think that we are helping, but we are making the beggars segregate on this earth plane actually. But for infant soul, baby soul, because they have to learn giving nature, for them it is good, but not for the evolved soul. So the second thing is doing something on charity in a missionary, where there is some dependency, some trust, they believe in God. And the third one is spiritual science service, Adhyatmika Sastra Seva, where we make the people completely independent. We teach only meditation or only spiritual science, and we tell them that you create your own reality, don't depend on anyone. You get the energy, and the energy will manifest whatever you want. No need to depend on anyone. This is something like giving them complete freedom, making them God. You may ask me, you are trying to put yourself in the top. How can I believe in this? So if you look into Jesus Christ or Allah or Lord Krishna, any spiritual persons who made a lot of miracles, when they are on the earth plane, while leaving this earth, what they did, they gave only the spiritual scriptures in the name of Bhagavad Gita, Bible, and the Quran. What they said, if you follow this theory, the spiritual science, you can be happy always. They have not kept loaves of bread here to eat for the whole lifetime. When they are in life, they did it. Jesus had made one loaf into 5,000 loaves to spread everyone. Lord Krishna has given thousands of apartments, the Govardhan Giri, that is equal to the today's 1,000-fold apartment to save the people from cyclone. But when they are leaving the earth plane, they gave only the spiritual wisdom. Because the spiritual wisdom, if you follow, and if anybody understand it, and they can live happily with their own thoughts, you can create your reality whatever you want. So after knowing this, whenever someone comes to you seeking help, you should not refer him to some doctor or some kind of service. You have to teach him meditation. You have a problem, come on, sit, close your eyes and observe it. For any problem, meditation can be the answer. Because you did it and you got happiness out of it, a permanent happiness, and that is the only thing you have to give to others. If someone comes to you with any problem, medical problem, don't refer him to any neurologist or psychiatrist or some other doctor. Refer him to Dr. GK. Okay? Who gives only spiritual tablets, only the wisdom capsules, which is a permanent cure. The root cause of any illness is lack of wisdom. Not genetical or environmental, it is all just a body science. As a body science, it is correct. We are not just body. We are really the consciousness, the soul, energy, wisdom, and consciousness, the triangle. This is another three. So if you understand that, then wisdom only can give you the happiness. So that's why you have to be there in spiritual science service always. Don't finger into the social service or spiritual service. Those are all just belief systems, and a simple social service doesn't give you anything. In return, you will attract a lot of karma if you finger into their problems. You think that you are helping them, but in return, you will bring a lot of karma. Very simple, I will tell you. So the God or the universe will try to send some gentle reminders in the name of pain to the people. You are going in between and you are helping him. Then next time the universe look from above, I give punishment for him. Why he is enjoying on the bed happily? Because Dharmaram is there who is supplying money for him. So next what he will do? He will give a hammer on Dharmaram, not the patient who is suffering there. Because he is the guy, destroying his lessons. So this is what the mechanism that happens if you finger into the social service. If you think that you are an evolved consciousness, always you have to confine to only spiritual science service, which is a permanent service. That is what Lord Buddha, Jesus, and Lord Krishna did. So for me, when I'm doing my meditation health clinic practice in the year 2003, it is a very dynamic practice, a combination practice with meditation and the allopathy. I used to have my own regular OP. Apart from that, whomsoever I think, he can be kept into this meditation. We used to explain them, and if they agree, then we used to put them onto this spiritual tablet holistic system. So that slowly developed around 550 spiritual tablets. Today we discussed around 3 concepts, 10 into 3 means 30 spiritual tablets we discussed. There are 530 in number. So if you want to listen to them, I can talk like this for 1 week to explain all those things. You may ask me why so many tablets. If you go to a doctor in a medical store, there are so many tablets, right? Because a lot of illnesses and a lot of tablets. Similarly, to come back, to understand the illness, you need to understand the reasons behind the whole spiritual science. But the greatest research we did, what wisdom will give what kind of relief. For example, if there is a thyroid, we have to work on Vishuddha Chakra, on speech mechanism. Further, we have 2 beautiful books. One is Vakshakam by Patriji and Thyroid book by Dr. GK. These 2, if you read, then you will understand how to tame your speech. Then you can come out of the thyroid. So like that, for every illness, there is a set of wisdom principles which we have to understand. That is what the spiritual tablet system for a period of 25 years, thousands of cases we did through wisdom healing. So that's why through wisdom only we can give a permanent solution. So we have to stand only on the top layer. Don't finger into the lower layers. So initially when I'm doing my practice, a lot of healers, they used to come with frozen shoulder, hip joint is blocked. And they do a lot of social services. maybe a neurological problem for the children. If I look into it, they used to do a lot of social services. The result is this pain on the body, the basic problems. So it becomes a very big challenge for me to stop all the social service and I have to put them into the spiritual science service. Once they made this conversion, then all the frozen shoulders and neck, spondylitis complaints, any problems with the hand will automatically go away. Within days, once they realize that point. Because we are giving something wrong, in a wrong way, we are entering into the people. Community is godliness. You cannot just go and make the people better. They are complete. You have to understand them as a complete being, and accordingly you have to give suggestion. So, understanding these three levels of services: social service, spiritual service, and spiritual service. If you think that you are an evolved consciousness, you have to sit only in the spiritual science service. Any problem, anyone comes, ask him to do meditation. If someone asking money from you, first check whether he is a vegetarian or non-vegetarian. If he is non-vegetarian, he is bringing a lot of karma out of it. Even though you help him, he can't be happy. In return, you will dwell with some more karma on you because you are figuring into his life. So the first and foremost thing is they have to be vegetarians. If they promise for vegetarianism, then you can do some help momentarily as an obligation. You have to hold them. They don't want any right principles, but they want your money. Must they go and enjoy your death? I don't want to think that. That is that cutthroatness we should have. Finally, I conclude. When Patriji is in Karnal, this is almost 30 years ago. The beggars used to come to his house. At that time, there are no many Sishyas. He is alone. Sometimes he will be alone in the hall. The beggars will knock the door. And immediately, what he has to do? He is an ocean of knowledge. So he used to show them 50 rupees or 100 rupees note. And he used to ask them to sit half an hour meditation. Then I will give you this 50 rupees. So literally, they used to do meditation for half an hour or 1 hour, and then he used to give the money. Sometimes there is no money with him, but food is available. He will show the food. There is a food completely. I can give you good amount of food, but you have to do meditation for half an hour or 1 hour. Literally, he did like this for almost 1 year. By that time, all the beggars came to know there is a bed admin in that room. If you knock the door, 1 hour is gone. He will put you into meditation. So nobody dared to knock the door. Just they will put a namaskar and just go away. Exactly after 1.5 years, every beggar in that area, he knows there is a Swamiji here. He will make you to sit in meditation. Better you give them. If you want food, you can enter. They will enter. Literally, he did it. So after that, what happened? Beggars came to know about him, and he got his own jet category because a lot of fishes are there by the time. He will be in the bedroom, here is the hall. To do the same practice, I give 5 paisa inside him. So nobody reach him now, right? Because he is into that state. So that's why that initial barrier, this is not a joke, this is a serious affair. That initial barrier, so when I teach this in my workshop, I receive phone calls. Sir, someone came to help, asking me help, whether I have to give this money or not. So this question you should get when you are giving something. Whether he is really deserved to get this help from you. Are you deserved to give this? Or is there any other way of helping him? All these questions you have to put just before doing something. If you want your hand and neck happiness and health. Any problems with neck and hand is related to the right way of giving and receiving. If you are receiving something wrongly, materially, if you are craving, if you are pulling something towards you, then it is a wrong way of taking something. And similarly giving also. So with these 3 types of services, I concluded the 3 spiritual tablets concept. There are additional, I think 5-6 concepts. Here today I see the whole energy in the hall is very brilliant. Let us give claps for all the senior masters here. And I admire Divya. She is an enlightened being, I know. We are fortunate that Dallas has got Divya here. Okay. So of course, there are seniors after, I don't know by name, but I can understand the energy. So try to look into the wisdom of Patriji, Annamaya, Bhagavad Gita, Yogi Vemana. Okay, try to understand those stanzas and get into it. My father, he's around now 83 or 84. Once, maybe 7, 8, 10 years ago, he got the gingivitis, and glossitis, the radical tongue, and some ulcers in the mouth. He tried all B12, B6, all B family, he tried, nothing worked out. All B family, I can say. Okay. After 6 months or 7 months, he suffered. And then one day I said, okay, I had some slokas of Yogi Vemana. He is a meditation teacher. Already he taught meditation to around 400 schools in 3 districts for 3 years. You know him very well. He is his classmate. Okay. So, but in spite of that great service, he got the glossitis, the tongue. Then I told him to buy heart Yoga Vemana Satikams. So he by heart more than 40. Every day he used to read and write, and he understood. Initially, so I get lost when I remember this. Initially he used to buy heart books to teach others because he is into full teaching. If you give mic, he won't give the mic. Okay, that much experience he got. So he is thinking that I have to buy heart and I have to teach to people in the rural areas. Yes, Yoga Vemana symptoms. One fine day, he came to me and said, GK, it looks like all these slokams are hitting me inside. Whenever I am speaking something, immediately the one sloka will remember and I have kept silent. Okay? So whatever we speak, whatever we doubt, and whatever we try to give is all nonsense to him if you don't have enlightenment. That is what he understood. He don't believe by the time he completed that slokas and started implementing his own life, and his speech is completely tamed, and he is out of that process completely. Totally it is cured. And till today, it never repeated. Of course, he is an orthodox senior, so a lot of suggestions he used to give, which is he used to give, all those patterns are completely banned. He himself has tamed himself with those. So that's why learning wisdom and by heart and keep it in brain, it works like a software, and you don't do any mistakes in thoughts, actions, speech, and in your deeds. That will correct you automatically. So doing general meditation, listening to classes, and experiencing something is the first level. And the second level, you have to go deep into, you have to dive in that subject. You have to by heart. So that's why in Bhagavad Gita there is a beautiful sloka by Lord Krishna. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshante jnanam jnanina tattvadarshana. I am an MBBS doctor. Why I by heart this sloka? I loved it. Behind that there is a beautiful concept. Tadvidhi, any vidya, tat vidya, if you want to learn, pranipatena means you have to surrender, sashtanga namaskar. Pariprashnena, then you have to put questions, repeated questions like Eksha Prashna. Pariprashnena, sevaya, you have to do seva, means service. So first you have to surrender to Guru, and then you have to put a lot of questions, and then you have to do a lot of service with the knowledge you got, and then upadekshante jnanam means the upanayam, the other eye, the third eye will be opened after doing service. Once the third eye is opened, upadekshante jnanam, jnanina tattvadarshana. Who gets that jnanam through third eye, he only becomes the all-knower, God. So these are all the steps that were given in Bhagavad Gita very beautifully. Why we surrender to the master or a guru or knowledge? Because that's the first step. You have to make yourself zero, empty your cup. And then questions, you have to shoot questions. Whenever you attend a marriage, if anybody is there surrounding you, ask him why you are living here. What is your purpose? If you die suddenly, where you will go? Shoot these questions, everyone. Nobody will call me for the marriages, that's why. If I go to a marriage, I ask all these questions. They never call me. If they have to call me for marriage, they should have a lot of guts. If they give me the first question is, I will ask the bride and bridegroom, suddenly if you die, where you will go? This is the question I ask them. to poke them into the latest we have to do. So this is what the pariprashnena. And then sevaya. You will get some wisdom. With that you have to do service. Then your third eye. Through third eye, you can become Tattvadarshinaha, means become all-know. So these three steps, in the middle step, seva means not just giving food to everyone, You have to give wisdom. To give wisdom, you have to buy, you have to learn, and you have to dive. Then it will guide you every moment to not to make any mistakes in get-together. So I expect all the Dallas masters to learn only just 100 slokas in Bhagavad Gita. Only 100. Okay? How many of you raise your hands to learn either spiritual tablets 150, the level 1, or slokas in Bhagavad Gita 40, and Yoga Vemana for 20? Okay? Or you can learn Anamaya at 30. How many of you want to learn? Just raise your hands. Choice is yours. Anything you can learn. Beautiful. Let us give claps. Next time I will come and ask you. Okay? So you have to recite those slokas. You can learn any art also if you want. If you belongs to Anand, keep a group and practice music. I am learning music, classical vocals since last 8 years. I am enjoying that. Even though in spite of my busy schedule, every day I practice. Now I am learning varnams and kirtans. More than 40 kirtans I learned so far. So life is not so easy. We have to learn and learn always. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Couple of announcements before we go to the next one. There is some snacks in the back. And now we want to facilitate. Yes. But before they go there, we want to facilitate you for giving us this spiritual tablets. Puneet is going to come there.
So my request for all of you, if you are suffering with any illness, physical illness or mental illness or social problems, if you want a spiritual solution, please log on to the website www.spiritualtablets.org. There you will get members across 14 countries throughout the world. So those masters can send you that form. Just fill the form, basic details. Then you will enter into the Zoom breakout rooms. There I will be appearing in front of you with my masters, and we can give you a beautiful counseling and guidance until you become a third eye master. Okay. My idea is to cut down or cancel or clear the whole medicine of the world. There are so many systems: allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, Unani, Reiki, pranic healing, gem therapy, flower therapy, chromotherapy, hypnotherapy, magnetotherapy. 18 therapies are there, more or less. But it has to be combined with spiritual science and meditation. That is what we are doing. We don't stop your drugs. Still you can change, and parallelly you have to take the spiritual tablets. Once you understand these tablets, then you can get into a righteous life. Okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, pray this. Thank you. Now we invite Ravi and Pavani for hosting this event. Ravi, where are you? Yeah. Will you to Ravi?
Yes.
This side. This side.
Now we are going to announce a food sponsor, Vijay Lakshmi and Vijay Kumar. Please come. Please. Oh, okay. We can take a group picture. Everybody can join this way.
Yeah. Everybody smile. Hey, sit. Okay. Everybody smile. One more. One more. Any other pose? Yeah. Let's see some hands up. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy